topic for today is your greatness is proportional. Your greatness is proportional to your trials, crises, and troubles. Okay? You want to hear that again? Your greatness is proportional to your trials, to your crises, and to your troubles. You want to hear that again? Your greatness in life, my dear. Your greatness in life is equally proportional to your life's trials, to your life challenges, to your life troubles, to your life sorrows and challenges. I mean, it's not just that you have to pile them up. What I mean by this is your greatness depends on how well you tackle challenges, how well you deal with challenges, how well you deal with trials, how well you deal with troubles, how well you deal with adversaries that are going to come against you, how well you deal with crises that will come against you. So the idea is not that you should just go and keep on piling troubles upon yourself. The idea is not for you to just sit down and be saying, the greater amount of trouble I have, the better for me. So I'm welcoming them. Give me all the troubles. I'm here. I'm the trouble compiler. No. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is not just about how many troubles you have. It's not just about how many crises you have, but it's actually, we're talking about how, your greatness is in direct proportion to how well you are able to manage them, how well you are able to deal with challenges. So it is actually people who have successfully dealt with challenges that we all celebrate today. We only celebrate people that have been successful in dealing with challenges, in dealing with crises, in dealing with troubles. It is because they have managed to overcome their troubles, and because they have navigated through their crises, and because they have been able to come out victorious. That is why we're celebrating them today. So actually, let me tell you, I like this definition. There are so many different definitions of greatness out there, but the one that I really like most, the one that I really like the most, the definition of greatness that I like the most is is the one that says that greatness is the subtotal of the amount of problems, challenges, troubles, adversaries that you have been able to overcome. So greatness is the subtotal of all the challenges, the trials, the adversaries, and the crises that you have been able to overcome. So it is your sheer amount of victory over troubles that decide your greatness. So your greatness is in direct proportion to the challenges that you are able to overcome in life. So when people come around and begin to tell us that you will never overcome challenges and you will never have troubles in life and there will never be trials for you to overcome, they have not lived. Either they have not lived at all, or they are just living in denial, or they are just telling you outright lies. They are just telling you lies. They are giving you masterclass deception. They are giving you masterclass in deception and lies. But in real life, in real life, things don't work like that. Things don't work like that in real life. In real life, people who are celebrated are people who have been able to navigate through their challenges, through their trials, and through their crises. The people that are celebrated, the people who rule and reign in this world, are not the people who sit in their beach and and go to a nightclub every night and don't do anything and don't really ever suffer anything or any challenge, don't really overcome everything. The Bible talks about overcomers. The Bible talks about overcomers. And even in the Bible, God says that the overcomers will receive a crown. Crown! The people who receive crown in this kingdom are people who overcome. You've got to overcome something. Some things will come against you. Sometimes you will win, sometimes you will lose, but you've got to fight your battle. Only people who win receive the crown, even in the kingdom of God. Not people who are protected from battles, not people who are protected from problems or challenges, not people who are, insulated from, every kind of trial. That they are not the heroes. They are not the ones whom the world celebrate. The world celebrate those ones who have been able to be on the forefront of the battle of life, and they have been able to fight their battle and have fought a good fight. That's why Paul was talking about when he said that I've run a good race, I've fought a good fight, and now a crown, my dear. A crown is waiting for me. Crown is waiting for me. Yeah, I've been beaten badly beaten. I've been beaten, I've been humiliated, I've been humbled, I've been celebrated. I've gone through everything. But at the end of the day, I know I've fought a good fight. How will you be celebrated in heaven if you don't fight at all on the earth? And unfortunately, people have presented Christianity as a faith, as a religion where you just come to and get miracles. And all the miracles is all about God protecting you from troubles. All the miracles are all about God protecting you from challenges, for God protecting you from problems. That's not Christianity. That is not Christianity. It is not true that it is when you don't have troubles and when you don't have problems that you are a Christian. It is not true. And people say, if God had been with you, you would not be having that kind of problem. Wow, you tell me something. You want to tell me that God was not with Abraham? That's why he had all the trouble that he had? God was not with Abraham? Or God was not with Apostle Paul when he went through all the troubles that he went through? You want to tell me God was not with him? God was not with Timothy? When they told him to drink some wine to cure some of those challenges he was having, you think God was not with him? Oh, wow. You think David never had any problem? You think David never had issues? Or maybe you think Peter never had issues, huh? You think maybe Stephen never had problems. Maybe Stevens never had problems. Or do you want to let's talk about Jesus. Now let's talk about Jesus now. You think Jesus never had issues? You think Jesus never had issues? Well, let me tell you something. It is only people who endure, who have passed through challenges, that rule and reign, not just in this life, but in the life to come as well. So life is about challenges. And life is about overcoming challenges. So get used to it. Get used to it, my dear. Get used to it. There is nothing you can become, and there is nothing you can really do without fighting your way through it. Almost everything in life has to be fought for. Almost everything has to be fought for. You've got to fight for everything. Don't be deceived by anybody that's telling you that you just need breakthrough. What is the meaning of breakthrough? Breakthrough means you've been pressing against something. You've been pressing. You've been banging. Then all of a sudden you bang and you got a breakthrough. Breakthrough is all about fighting. Breakthrough is all about opposition. Breakthrough is all about resistance. Breakthrough is all about endurance. Breakthrough is all about perseverance. Breakthrough is not something you come to church and you just raise up your hands and backs. The man of God said some things and you got the miracle. No. That's not breakthrough. Those are just some magic wanks you are waiting for. So we have turned God we have turned our God to a magician. We have turned the church to a magic center kind of. No. In real life, people who win are people who fight. If you are not ready to fight, you are not ready to win. And if you will not fight, you will never win. If you don't like fighting, if you don't like battle, sit at home and live in poverty and be the down and out of the society. But if you want to win in this world, if you want to reign in this world, my friend, you've got to know how to stand up strong for yourself, for God, for your principles, for your belief, and fight for them. And when you win, you are celebrated. That is how life is. That's what life is all about. That's what life is all about, my dear. Second Timothy chapter. Someone wrote this for me. Second Timothy chapter 4, verse 7. Even Apostle Paul was talking this to his disciple Timothy. Apostle Paul was very real. He was a realist. He was not building some imaginary future or some illusionary gospel to his son in the faith, Timothy. He was telling Timothy the truth. He was telling Timothy the truth about life, the truth about the gospel, and the truth about his life. He was not hiding some things from him. That's why he says in 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7, that I have fought a good fight. He was a fighter. He understood the principle. He was a fighter. Paul was a fighter, and he was encouraging Timothy as well to fight the good fight of faith. Fight the good fight. He said, I have fought the good fight. I have fought the good fight. I have finished my race. I have kept the faith. I have fought the good fight. I have finished my race. I have kept the faith. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. It's all about battle. Life is about battle. Life is a fight, my dear. If you are not ready to fight, you will never be able to do anything of significance. You will never be able to do anything of significance. So get used to it. That before, some people are complaining. You hear Christians complain all the time. Oh, why is it that I've got to go through difficulties before I get any one of my goals met? Why is it that things are always difficult for me? Why is it that things don't come easy for me? Things seem to come easy for other people. It's because you've not heard the story of other people, my dear. It's because you've not heard their story. It's because they have not told you the truth about their story. Or they might have some artificial success, but it might not last. But the kind of success that lasts in this world, the kind of success that lasts for time and eternity, there are successes that you've got to fight for. There are successes that you've got to, So anyway, the message of today is your greatness in life. People who become great in life are people who have fought some battles. The people who become great in life are people who have endured some crises, who have endured some trials, and who have passed through some battles and some troubles, real lifetime battle and troubles. And these are just the people. These are just the people that get recognized in this world. Otherwise, you will just be a mediocre. You will just be a mediocre. I'm sorry. You will just be a mediocre. You will not be recognized by anybody. You will never have any influence, and you never know what is greatness. You will never. But I'm not talking about some small success somewhere. But I'm talking of greatness. When it comes to greatness, and real-time success, you've got to get used to fighting. You've got to get used to fighting. Troubles, trials, temptations, adversaries, problems, and challenges, they are normal if you want to do anything, if you want to achieve anything on earth. The Bible talks about overcomers. Look at Revelation. The book of Revelation is talking about overcomers. Those who overcome, they will receive the reward. If you overcome, you've got to be an overcomer. And Christians should never be complaining about these things, really. Christians should never be complaining about these things. Christians, our religion is a religion that is full of problems and troubles. The first year of its inception, from the very inception, Christianity has been going through. So where do we get that doctrine from, that you are not supposed to go through problems, that you go to church to run away from problems, that you go to church to escape some trials and temptations? That is ridiculous. That is not Christianity. Christianity is about endurance. Christianity is about perseverance. Christianity is about long suffering. The word long suffering is so commonly used in the Bible that it's like almost it's more used than the word Christianity. Come to terms with it. Come to terms with it. So many people, many Christians who are frowning at challenges and think that their troubles are some people even think that if you have challenges, and especially if you have some Christians were actually telling me the other day from Nigeria, they were writing from Nigeria, and they were saying, why is it that you always engage in one problem or the other? Why is it that you get engaged in all these scandals and troubles? I said, well, that's because I want to leave a legacy. I told them, have you ever heard of President Obama? And they said, yes. I said, do you compare my scandals to his scandals every day? Have you ever heard of any president? Name any famous individual, anybody who is famous, anybody who is popular, anybody who is doing any great thing, anybody who is having impact. They are always full of trials, challenges, trouble, and problems. Everybody. I mean, any day you go to the internet, you hear them, talking some ugly stuff about Obama, or coming up with some scandal about some other people. If you are, you don't need to be a politician. You don't need to be a ruler of a nation. Just be successful anywhere. Your scandals and news about you, it is normal. Controversy is the propeller of success. Controversy is the propeller of success. Controversy is the propeller of success. So get used to that. Get used to that, So anyway, so some people think that when you are having challenges, and you have a lot of challenges coming your way, that is a curse, that maybe you are cursed by God. Cursed? Cursed? What do you mean cursed? No. You see, somebody is helping me out here. Revelation chapter 2 verse 7, Revelation chapter 2 verse 11, Revelation chapter 2 verse 17, Revelation chapter 2 verse 26, all of them talking about overcomers and urging us to be people of character, people of endurance, people of perseverance that will actually endure and become overcomers. That's our Bible right here. Then Revelation chapter 3 verse 5, Revelation chapter 3 verse 12, Revelation chapter 3 verse 21, all talking about the same thing as well. That we should persevere, we should endure, we should fight, and we should become overcomer in everything we do. Not run to church and so that you'll be prevented, or you'll be protected from problems and from challenges. Not that you will go to some anointed men of God so that you'll be protected from sorrow and from challenges. Not that you will go to some prophets who will prophesy to you that you will never have problems, that things will easily come to pass in your life. Those are just some deception. People are saying that if you have too many problems, if you have challenges coming in your life all the time, that you are cursed. No, forget it. No, that's just ridiculous. Forget it. It is normal. I mean, people who build our world. I mean, look, anything you look at right now, people who invented them, they went through so much struggle. They went through so much trials. They went through so much challenges. They went through so much crisis. Thomas Edison, before he came up with the light, you know how many trouble he went through? I mean, the Wright brothers, those guys who came up with the plane, who built the plane that we're using today. People died in the process of us having what we have. Do you know people who invented submarine and ship and ocean liners? People died, hundreds of people died before that could be mastered, you see. People who built America, the great men who built America, people had to overcome a whole lot of challenges before everything you are enjoying today. It is because somebody paid the price for it. I mean, Henry Ford, who made vehicle and vehicle, accessible and available on mass scale, he went through so much challenges. He had to overcome so much challenges. It is everywhere. Before you could be great in anything, you must get used to trials. For you to be great in anything, you must not just get used to trials, you must get used to crisis upon crisis. For you to really become great in anything, you must get used to not just trials and crises, you must also get used to troubles. So don't just, don't, I mean, there is no going around about it. If you want to live an insignificant life, if you want to live a life of a mediocre, then of course, good for you. Nobody will remember you. Nobody will ever know that you were here before. You will never leave your mark on the sand of history, and nobody will ever talk about you. You will be lost and forgotten. Then if that's what you want, good for you, then you could escape all the trials and all the challenges and all the crises of life. But if you really want to become anything in this life, if you want to invent anything, come out with anything, be great in anything, get used to it. That is what life is all about. That is what life is all about. Your greatness, my greatness, your greatness is proportional. Is proportional to the amount of trials, crises, and troubles that you are able to overcome. Not just endure them, not just pile them up upon your head, but you must be able to overcome them. So it's about the amount of crises, troubles, and challenges that you have been able to overcome. You must overcome. The only people that are celebrated are the winners. Losers are never celebrated. So you must win. And you must have your purpose on winning the mark, on winning the trophy, on winning the target, on getting to your goal, and on winning. That is what life is about. Sometimes you will fail, but it's better for you to lose the battle and win the war. But this is just life. Sometimes you fall, sometimes you stand up, but you must win at the end of the day. And that's when you'll be celebrated. So for people to tell you that if you have problems and challenges, that means that you are, what do people say? That you are a sinner? Oh, wow. Well, by the way, let's talk about that. Everyone is a sinner. Either you have challenges or you don't have challenges. We are still all a sinner. But then, it's better to still be a sinner and overcome challenges and then become a winner and an overcomer and be celebrated than just to be a sinner that is not celebrated. All right? So, if you want to do anything for God, if you want to really live your life for God, make mark for God, you must make sure that you are ready to go through some things and you are ready to endure everything and anything that life will throw at you, and you are ready to come out on the other side as a victor, victorious. You must be ready to come out the other side victorious. All right, So crises and challenges, troubles and problems don't come to destroy us. They come to propel us. All right? They come to propel us to our destiny. Let me say that again. Troubles, trials, crises, problems, challenges, they don't come to destroy us. They come to propel us to our destiny. You see, if you are going to be looking at challenges and troubles and if you are going to be looking at challenges and crises and problems as your enemy, then you're going to be running away from them. That's why we must have the right understanding of what Christ is about. And that's why we have to listen to these topics. And that's why you must have the right attitude and the right philosophy concerning crises and problems. Because if you don't have the right philosophy, you will be thinking that you are under a curse or something. And that is what the pagans have. And that's why Jesus was always attacking the pagans and the Gentiles. Because the Gentiles are of the opinion that any bad thing that happens is because some gods are angry at them. So they begin to look for the God that is angry at them. They look for the God if it is something that has anything to do with natural catastrophe or disaster, they begin to look for if it is thunder, they go and look for some wood, some iron or steel somewhere, and they will begin to worship that, so just to try to appease the God that is that is angry at them. If it is about flood or about water or tsunami, they will begin to make river, or they will begin to worship river and call that river some kind of names, that this is a goddess here or a god there that they must appease for things to go on well for them. Why? Because they don't have the philosophy. They don't have this right philosophy, the Christian philosophy. And the Christian philosophy says is that we confront challenges, we stand against challenges, we overcome challenges, we overturn challenges, that we don't run away from challenges, we don't run to hide from challenges. But in the pagan nations, they begin to hide from them, and they begin to pour libation, they begin to do incantation, they begin to bring sacrifice, so that their sacrifices and libations will prevent them from suffering from those challenges, from having those troubles. And they think that troubles are evil. Troubles are evil, and troubles are bad necessarily. But in Christianity, we know that troubles are not necessarily bad, that it is actually, each challenge and each trial, each trouble that you have propels you to another level of your growth and your discovery. Every problem that you have is a possibility for you for discovery. Every challenge is a possibility for a new discovery. So God allows those challenges to come your way so that you will discover new things about yourself, so that you will be able to discover new things about the things that you have not been able to do before and the things that you could do that you are not doing. And the reserved energy and the reserved power that indwells in you, you must be able to discover that energy and the capacity that is in you. Sometimes we don't know our potential, we don't know our capacity, we don't know our possibilities, we don't know what we can do. But thanks to some difficulties and challenges that we face, that's when we begin to discover them. If not because of the challenge that people had with cold in Europe, we would not be wearing clothes. We will not be wearing clothes. I mean, when Europeans go to Africa, they were not having clothes because there was no need for clothes. It was always warm. It was always warm. If not for the need for transportation, we will not be having planes. We will not be having railway. We will not be having all these things that we're having today. So it is because of the challenges that we have. Challenges open a new discovery, give us an opportunity for a discovery. So if you are having challenges in your country or in your nation and things are not going right, it's an opportunity for you to discover something new about yourself. It's an opportunity for you to discover something about the Lord, an opportunity for you to discover something about your country. It's an opportunity for you to discover something about life, about God's potential in you, about your capacity, about God's ability in you, about greater things that you can really do. So when you begin to see problems from that perspective, you are supposed to be rejoicing. You are supposed to be happy about any new challenge that is coming your way. Every new challenge is an opportunity for discovery. Every new challenge is an opportunity for discovery. So don't always mourn your challenges. Don't always run away from your challenges. Don't become like those pagans. Don't become like those Gentiles who are running away from their challenges because they are thinking it is evil. That is not what we think. We confront the challenges. We speak to the challenges. We change the situations and we come up with solutions if necessary. We invent new things. We take advantage of the negative situations and come up with something positive as a result of it. So you could write on anything negative Satan is trying to do in your life and turn it to something positive. You could write on any event, any crisis, any trouble, any trial that is coming your way and make sure that they become an invention for you, that they become something that's like a springboard. It could become your springboard. And that's what Christianity is about. Christianity is about making every one of our challenge and trouble into our springboard that catapults us to a new level of discovery, to a new level of success, to a new level of greatness. And if not for the challenges and trouble, there will not be greatness on the earth. There will be no greatness on the earth. Right. So anyway, so a careful look at challenges and trials and troubles and crises tell us that actually, in the real sense, it is only, we could say like this, that challenges or crisis makes the man. Crisis makes the man, or crisis makes a man, or troubles makes a man. Troubles make a man. Yeah, troubles make a man. Or challenges make a man. It is your challenges that really make you. It is your trials that really make you. It is your troubles that actually make you. So we are a product of our troubles. We are a product of those troubles that we are able to navigate properly, of those challenges that we're able to ride on and be able to, respond to properly. We are a product of, but if you are not responding to your troubles properly as well, you are also a product of it, but it's not going to be a good result. It's going to be an evil result or bad result, but you are still a product of your troubles. Either you respond properly to those troubles or you respond negatively and you're still a product of your troubles. So either you are a positive product or you are a negative product but you are one way or the other a product of your trouble. You are a product of your trouble. So you are a product of the battles you have overcome. Let me say it that way. Every one of us, we are a product of the battles we have overcome or we have failed to overcome. We are either a product of the battles that we have overcome or the ones that we have failed to overcome. We are all a product of our battles. So if you refuse to battle or to go through battle, then you will not have any product. You will not have any product. You will just be who you are. You'll be a bunch of flesh, a bunch of body and bones. That's all. No testimony, no glory, no crown, no success, no greatness, no achievements. But if you are ready to confront your challenges, to confront your sorrow, and to win them and overcome them by the grace of God, then you will be more than conqueror. You will be more than conqueror in Christ Jesus. So there are no successful people in the world who have not been faced with various unsurmountable troubles and crises. There are no successful, listen to this again, there are no successful people. There are no truly great people in the world who have never, one time or the other, been confronted with unsurmountable troubles, challenges, crises, and trials. There are just no such people. There are just no such people. Actually, if they are famous and if they are truly successful, and if they are truly great, like you are saying, it is only because they have overcome some challenges and troubles and trials. It is only because they have overcome some troubles and challenges. The only reason anyone is successful, the only reason anyone is celebrated is because they have overcome something. So if you see anyone that is being celebrated, if you see anyone that is successful in anything at all, believe me, that person has gone through some various unbelievable challenges, trials, troubles, problems, and they have overcome. As a matter of fact, let me tell you something. The reason you celebrate people, the reason we all celebrate people is because they have overcome something. That is just a fact about it. That's just a fact about it. We know people, the people we call famous and accomplished people, successful people, we know of them just because they've overcome something. We celebrate them. We recognize them for what? For what do we recognize them? For their big cars? No. We recognize them for the victories they have attained and sustained in their lives. For what do we recognize them for? Why do we recognize them? We recognize them because they've had some successes in life. We recognize people only for their success and for their victories in life. It's only because they have overcome some battles, only because they have overcome some challenges. It is the victory that we are celebrating. We are actually just celebrating, we are celebrating their achievement. And the meaning of achievement are the things that other people have not been able to, at the hurdles other people have not been able to cross, that they have been able to cross. And what is a hurdle? A hurdle is a challenge. And a challenge, a hurdle is something that not everybody will be able to overcome. So we celebrate overcomers. People that are celebrated, people that are famous, people that are successful, people that are great in our eyes, their greatness is in the fact that they were able to overcome something. So when we celebrate people, anybody you ever see and you ever celebrate, it is the only thing that is celebrated about them are their successes. So it is their success that we are celebrating. Success in what? In the battles that they fought. Success in what? In the troubles that they went through. Success that they successfully overcame the hurdles of life. They successfully, overcame the challenges that life threw at them. That is what we celebrate, really. That is really what we are celebrating. So we all know and celebrate people mainly because they overcame troubles. We recognize and celebrate people, or famous people, successful people, individuals, only because they managed to overcome some challenges and troubles that we were not able to overcome, or that we have not come across. It is, just like a general. Let's say you see a war general. And they said, oh, he's a general. And he's coming from battle. It's just because he became a general. He got that medal or whatever he got, that title, only because he had fought some battles. He had fought some battles. He's gone through some wars. And it is only when you win in war that you are decorated as a general like that, or as a field marshal. It means that you are extremely brilliant, that you have fought various battles and you have overcome them. And it is when you have overcome battles that you are decorated. So that is our life. Life only decorates people who have overcome challenges. Life only demonstrates people who have welcomed challenges and overcome them. Life only decorates people who have overcome trials and who have welcomed trials and overcome them. Life only decorates people who have welcomed troubles and overcome them, and who have welcomed crises and overcome them. So whenever you see anybody, you tell me anybody that it really inspires you. Let me give you that test right now. Let me give you a test, a trial. Is there anybody that really inspires you? Not just in history, let's say anytime, in history or in the Bible, or even today, anybody that inspires you? You look into their biography. If there is anybody that inspires you, it is only because that person and overcome a lot of trials and crises. It is only because of that. If you look properly, if you investigate and do research over their life, if what you are actually celebrating is not their title, is not their car or their money. What you are actually celebrating is their endurance, is their perseverance, is their fighting ability, is their ability to endure, to persevere, is their stamina, is their feat, is their ability to do what other people have not been able to do. That is what you are celebrating. We only celebrate people because of what they have gone through. Because of what they have gone through. Okay, here we are. But we know and celebrate these people because of their troubles. Because of their troubles, actually. So your scandal, your crisis actually propel you to be celebrated. They prepare you. They prepare you for celebration. So what we actually celebrate in these people is their tenacity. We celebrate these people's tenacities. We celebrate their stamina. We celebrate their victories over crisis. We celebrate their crises over troubles. Otherwise, they would have simply been ordinary people. Otherwise, they would have simply been ordinary people who are unknown for nothing. They would just have been unknown, because people who do nothing, they become nothing. People who didn't fight any battle, they never get known. And you would have become just unknown and forgotten, just like every other person. So what makes you memorable? What makes you memorable are not your comfort. What makes you memorable are not your what makes you last and memorable and not your salary. It's not your salary, it's not your income, really. What makes you memorable are what you have been able to endure, what you are able to endure. So what makes you memorable are what you have been able to go through, what you've been able to endure, what you've been able to persevere, what you've been able to, to the battles that you've been able to win, the battles that you are able to win. So your battles make you memorable. Your battles make you to last, and they put you in history. That's what battles do for you. So your comforts don't make you to be remembered. Your comfort don't give you, they don't give you a memory plate. No, they don't. It's your challenges that give you that. So because of your challenges and the challenges that you have overcome and surmounted, you become memorable. In fact, there are no better definition of success, because success is overcoming and solving problems. That is the process of success. Success is a process. Let me tell you, the best definition of success that I like is that success is a process of overcoming and solving one problem or the other. So success is just what you get as a result of solving problems. So success is what comes to you when you solve problems. Success is what comes to you when you overcome challenges. When you overcome a challenge, success comes to you. So success is is a consequence, it's a natural reward, it's a fruit of constantly overcoming challenges and trials. So success is a process of continuously overcoming and solving problems, and that's why success comes as a reward. So no one can truly become successful without troubles. No one can really become successful without troubles. No one can truly become successful without trouble. So we can say, therefore, that your crisis that you are going through right now, that your troubles that you are going through right now, that your problems that you are going through right now, that your crisis that you are going through right now, that they are meant for a purpose. And that purpose is not to destroy you. And that purpose is not to ruin you. That purpose is not to, to annihilate you. That purpose is to make you to who you are meant to become. That purpose is to make you to attain the greatness and the success that God has in front of you. So don't you be bothered, and don't you be, don't be sorrowful, and don't be crying and weeping over your situation right now. Find a way of turning it into something good. Find a way of of turning your situation, your challenge, into something profitable. Turn it around. Turn into testimony. Tell yourself that this trial, this challenge will become a testimony. That I am going to, by the grace of God, keep on pushing until this challenge and this trouble that I'm going through becomes a testimony for me. And so your trials, your crisis, and your challenges, they are coming to you not to destroy you. They are coming to announce to you a new season. Either that new season is going to be a season of glory, or a season of blessing, a season of greatness and success. Depends on how you react to those announcements that are coming from your crises and troubles. But you could actually convert those troubles, you could convert those problems into your springboard. You could convert them into your springboard. Make them to be your stepping stone to your new level, to your new height, to the new place that God wants you to be, that God is taking you to. So no one can, the truth is that nobody has been successful just like riding smooth on a smooth ride. No. Everyone who has become successful have, attained that success through a bumpy road, through all kind of trials and challenges. So no one can become successful without troubles. So we can say your crisis, your adversities, and your challenges are not meant to destroy you. Again, I want to say that. Your challenges, your crises, and your adversities are not meant to destroy you, but they are meant to make you and mold you. They are meant to mold you into whom you are supposed to become. The same thing can be said about your country. Like my country, Nigeria, I wrote a book. I just wrote a book. I would really like to encourage everyone. It doesn't matter what country you are coming from. I would like to encourage everybody to get a copy of that book. It's called Only God Can Save Nigeria. What a myth. Because it's a myth. It's a myth. People want to run away from troubles, and we are running to God to save us from problems and from challenges and from adversities and all that. But really, God wants us to climb on those adversities and ride on them into making our country great, into making our country great. And I'm ready. I'm ready for the task. I'm just waiting for God to release me from here. And once it does, I'll be on my way back to Africa. And I'm going to prove that this thing I'm saying, that our troubles as a country, and our trouble as a continent, that we could turn them as a propeller for our greatness. And we could actually turn these things to become our springboard to inventing something that will bless, and the things that will bless the world and, turn the world into a better place. And, your troubles are not coming to destroy you. Your challenges are not there to destroy you. Your challenges are not there to wipe you off the earth, of the planet of Earth. But they are there. They are coming to propel you. They are coming to become your springboard that you will use to to mold you into the best person that God wants you to be. They are there to help you become the great person that God intended you to become. So even looking into the Bible, all the heroes of the Bible that we celebrate today, all these people, we celebrate them because we are celebrating their victories. We are celebrating their victory over challenges. We are celebrating their victories over troubles. We are celebrating their victories over crises and trials. We are celebrating them because of what they had overcome. You will only be celebrated because of what you have overcome also. So you don't join the company of those Christians that don't want to overcome anything. Don't join the company of those Christians that don't want to fight. Don't join the company of those Christians who are just running to God to deliver them from all kind of problems. You could run to God, let God help you, but apart from that, do your best before you run to God. Make sure that you pray. You make sure that you first of all work as if there is no God. You do your best, work so hard as if there is no God there to help. And then when you go to pray, believe in God, trust in God, pray to God as if there was no work at all, as if you had not worked at all. But the people we celebrate in the Bible, we celebrate them only because of the troubles they went through. Look at Joseph. We celebrate him only because of the trouble that he went through. Look at Moses. We celebrate him because of the troubles that he went through. Look at Daniel. We celebrate him also just because of the troubles that he went through. Look at David. See how much trouble he went through? That's why he's so famous and he's so celebrated today. Look at Paul. We celebrate him because of the troubles, the sheer amount of trouble that he has gone through. Look at Jesus. He paid the ultimate price. And that's why we celebrate him today. So why should your situation be different? Why do you think that God should be partial towards you? That's the law. That's how the world is made to function. That's how the world is made to function. So you cannot beat the system. You cannot beat God's system. You got to just go with the system. You got to go with the ride. And people who are not Christians, they don't have anywhere to run to. You don't have anywhere to run to. They don't run away from trouble. They've got to confront it. And that's why they are the ones who have been celebrated. That's why they are the ones who have all the success that we all wish to have today. So your greatness is proportional to your trials. Your greatness is proportional to your crisis. And your greatness is proportional to your troubles. If you look at even people who are our contemporaries, like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, all those people, they have overcome incredible amount of challenges. They have overcome incredible amount of challenges. They are constantly overcoming challenges. People like Dangote in Nigeria, anybody who's ever attained any success in anything, either they are pastors or they are ministers or whoever they are, they have overcome something. They have overcome something. And it is because of what they have overcome that they are who they are today. And that's why we are rejoicing for them and we are celebrating them. So, let me read one scripture for you. So for people who like to say, okay, what scripture did you read? I think the story of Joseph should be very telling. Should be a great lesson for us. Genesis chapter 45, I guess. Genesis chapter 45. You remember the story in Genesis chapter 45? Then Joseph could not restrain himself before all those who stood by him, and he cried out, "Make everyone go out from me." So no one stood from him while Joseph made himself known to his brothers. And he wept aloud. And the Egyptians and the house of Pharaoh heard it. Then Joseph said to his brothers, "I am Joseph. Does my father still live?" But his brothers could not answer him, for they were dismayed in his presence. And Joseph said to his brothers, "Please come near to me." So they came near, and he said, "I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into Egypt. For now, do not therefore be grieved or angry with yourselves, because you sold me here. For God sent me before you to preserve life. For these 2 years, the famine has been in the land, and there are still 5 more years to come, in which there would be neither plowing or harvesting. And God sent me before you to preserve a posterity for you in the earth, and to save your lives for a great deliverance. For now, it was not you who sent me here, but God. And he has made me a father to Pharaoh, and the Lord of his house, and a ruler throughout all the land of Egypt. Can you imagine all the trouble that he had gone through before now? And this is the reward. This is the reward. And this is just the way life is meant to be. This is just the way life is. So, those teachings and those preachers who are saying that, they are all talking about miracle, just to get you away from troubles and trials, and just, to insulate you from troubles and things. That's not Christianity. Christianity is about overcoming challenges. Christianity is about overcoming troubles. Christianity is about turning troubles to pluses, to our springboard, turning trouble to our advantages, turning everything negative in life to something positive for ourselves, and building something great from nothing. Look at God. Look at God himself. God, when he came to the earth, everything was catastrophic. That was a lot of crisis. Can you see the whole place was black and dark and void and empty? Just anything that could go wrong went wrong in the beginning. Even God could not avoid this. Even God had to manage, crisis. That was a major crisis, right? And God had to manage crisis. And, but because he didn't run away from crisis, he didn't pray for some miracles to deliver him and take him away from it and just, run away like we are trying to do today. He confronted it. And from that crisis, we have our wonderful word today.